Elise chose the forest because nobody else cared about it. No marked ruins, no tourist signs, just a blank green patch in modern France.
The places Rome forgot are exactly where I want to look.
A colleague checked his GPS and snorted.
Or it's just trees and bad signal.
The cursor spun uselessly. Elise checked her compass. The needle jerked north, then slid toward a stand of old oaks.
That's wrong.
Sound felt muffled here, as if the forest were listening. While the team set survey markers, Elise drifted off course. Her boot struck stone under the moss.
Wait.
She cleared it and found a weathered slab carved with crescents, curling lines, and a tree with root-like fingers.
This isn't Roman.
For a breath, she heard distant drums and a whisper in an unknown tongue. Then the forest was ordinary again.
Elise?
I heard something.
Sure.
At dusk, deep among the trees, a silver glow pulsed once and vanished.
You saw that, right?
I saw darkness pack up.
That night, Elise lay awake, staring at the tent roof.
What if this place was hidden on purpose?
2,000 years earlier, the same forest concealed a kingdom Rome never found. Beneath a thick canopy stood a stone circle and a sacred black oak. There ruled the last king of Gaul. He wore the crown of black oak woven from the holy tree's roots. Whenever he set it on his head, the dead kings before him answered.
Roman fires burn closer each season. How do I save Gaul?
Their voices moved like leaves in a storm. Beside him stood the druid, keeper of the Moonstone Amulet, a pale stone full of cold light. With the moonstone, the druid entered forbidden caves and found rare roots, herbs, and minerals. From them, he brewed the Elixir of Strength, a potion that filled warriors with courage and endurance. The first drinkers stood taller, but even courage could not match Rome forever. Messengers brought grim news. Outer tribes had fallen. Roman roads cut deeper through the wild. A great force was coming.
Then strength will not be enough.
Strength can steel men. It cannot stop an empire alone.
Desperate, the king went beneath the black oak and placed the crown on his brow one last time.
Tell me what must be done.
The dead kings answered in a single voice.
If Gaul is to survive, Rome must be cursed.
How?
Silence, but fear and hope were enough. He summoned the druid.
Brew the strongest elixir. Gather everyone. Tonight we end this.
Under a red moon, warriors and families crowded the stone circle. The druid poured the finished elixir. The moonstone blazed at the center.
For courage, for Gaul.
They drank. The druid raised the moonstone and chanted words older than memory. Mist rose from the black oak's roots and raced through the forest. It blinded the approaching Romans, bent their paths, and turned roads into circles. Orders broke apart. The legions lost themselves among the trees. The curse worked. Then the price arrived. The mist rolled inward and swallowed the village, the stone circle, the torches, the very air.
Stop!
The druid tried to lower the moonstone, but his hands locked in place. Villagers froze mid-step. Sparks hung still, time clenched shut. When movement returned, it returned wrong. Torches burned without shrinking. Faces never aged. Dawn never came. Every night became the same final night before battle. The king prepared for war again and again, but his warriors never reached the Romans. The kingdom had escaped conquest only by being trapped between life and death.
As long as Crown and Moonstone remain bound, Rome cannot find us, and we cannot leave.
Centuries passed like one breath. In the present, Elise chased the legend through local tales and forgotten notes, a vanished tribe, a forest that ate armies, a moon that shone underground.
They survived as rumors. That means they survived.
Ignoring warnings, she returned alone. Her wandering compass led her to a crack in a hillside. Inside, her lamp found the same crescent carvings and rooted tree. The passage opened into a hidden cavern. At its center sat a dry basin stained dark. Above it rested the Moonstone Amulet.
So it was true.
She touched it. Silver light burst through the cavern. The residue in the basin shimmered as if the elixir of strength remembered itself. The cave exhaled a rush of freezing air that tore past Elise and fled toward the surface. She stumbled outside into a forest, drowning in mist. Her radio broke into fragments, then died. War horns sounded in the fog. Shapes marched between the trees, Gaulish warriors, half-transparent, pale fire in their eyes. The mist was moving outward now, nosing toward roads and villages. The curse had awakened again. Elise ran after the marching shapes and crossed a boundary she never saw. The forest shifted into twilight. Around her stood a village trapped in repeating moments. A woman lifted a cup, reset, lifted it again. A child turned, vanished back into the motion, turned again. A sword stopped at her throat.
Name yourself. Roman trick, spirit, or thief.
Elise, not Roman.
The druid stepped forward, staring at the moonstone in her hand.
She came from beyond the mist.
Piece by piece, Elise learned the truth. The night had repeated for 2,000 years. By waking the moonstone, she had broken the balance. The mist was spilling back into the living world.
Then perhaps the army can march at last. Gaul can rise again against any power.
For a moment, Elise understood. Proof of a lost kingdom. An army history had missed. No scholar could dismiss that.
If they march, your world joins ours, neither living nor dead.
In a cave mural revealed by the moonstone, Elise saw the rest. The crown and moonstone were a lock. One bound the kingdom in timelessness. The other bound the path of the mist. To end the curse, the king had to willingly remove the crown of black oak. His people would not continue. They would finally die.
You ask me to surrender Gaul.
No, to free it.
A dead Gaul is a conquered Gaul.
No, Rome didn't erase you. People remembered. Names survived. Fragments survived. I came because your people mattered.
She opened her notebook and showed him tribe names, scraps of language, traces that had endured.
This is not survival. It's a prison.
Around them, the mist thickened. Faint, modern sirens bled into the twilight. The lost army was already touching the living world. At the stone circle, the druid prepared a final ritual. The last of the elixir was poured not for battle, but release.
Choose endless night or true ending.
The dead kings whispered around the crown.
Do not abandon what we preserved. Defy them forever.
The king stood in the heart of his frozen kingdom, listening to his ancestors, his fear, and the march of his trapped people. Then he looked at Elise.
If memory remains, then Gaul is not lost.
With shaking hands, he lifted the crown of black oak from his head. The crown cracked and burned to ash. The mist shuddered. The ghostly army turned from battle. Beyond the trees, a calm light opened like dawn. One by one, the warriors marched toward it. The village softened. Torches dimmed. The people of the final night were finally allowed to finish it.
Thank you, Elise. Remember us living.
He followed his people into the light. The druid lowered the dimming moonstone, and the twilight realm dissolved. Elise collapsed in the ordinary forest. As the fog thinned, search teams found her by morning, amid confused reports of phantom soldiers on the roads. Authorities found little. Strange readings, disturbed soil in a ring, odd carvings, and Elise clutching a shard of black oak beside a moonstone that no longer shone. Later, Elise presented the evidence she could explain and left the rest unsaid. She spoke of a people Rome never fully erased, and of resistance that survived in memory when empire failed. In the end, she returned alone to the forest and planted the black oak shard in the earth. By morning, a tiny black oak sapling had pushed through the soil. As Elise walked away, one voice, no longer a chorus, moved softly on the wind.
Remember.
And this time, remembrance was enough.